What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. I'm Evan and this is Reb's Garage. Today we are heading out to the Philadelphia area, and we're gonna go pick up the new drivetrain for the 240SX. Now, in some of the previous videos, I know I kind of brought up the engine situation, and I kind of beat around the bush a little bit, but really what happened was water unfortunately found its way into the engine that I had for the car, and while the block was still salvageable, it just wasn't worth the machine work that, you know, they were going to charge me to do to kind of repair it. So I just picked up a truck. Shout out Uncle Mark if you're watching this. Thank you so much for letting me borrow your truck. I got the trusty Ridgeline here. It's honestly super comfortable. It's gonna be a great drive over to Philly, and hopefully everything goes smooth. I'm heading back to my house right now to pick up engine hoist, a tire, and some ratchet straps just to make sure everything is okay. And then in a couple days we're gonna bring back the engine and drop it off at the machine shop, and hopefully we can get started on the build for the 240, which I'm super stoked about. I know I've hinted as to what the engine is and what the drivetrain is going to be, but what you guys don't know is obviously what the engine is at this point, but you'll find out later in this video. And you'll also find out what the plans are for the motor, because frankly we're going all out. This engine build is going to cost me an arm and a leg, but frankly it's all going to be worth it, because when we hear that turbo spool up for the first time and when we hit boost for the first time, all the money, all the time it took, all the waiting. So we just loaded up, got the hoist in here. You guys can ignore that. That's not safe, but this is not my engine hoist. Mike, if you're watching, thank you for letting me borrow this. I'm gonna look for some new pins for you. This hoist is not going nowhere, but we should be pretty much ready to go. I got another ratchet strap inside the truck, and then yeah, I think the only thing I need to do is grab a spare tire to drop the engine on, and then we should be good to go. And people might hate on these Honda Ridgelines, but come on, look at this. Look at this. Look at this shit. I mean, what truck can do this? The answer is none, other than the Honda Ridgeline. It made putting this thing in there super easy, and I was a little concerned that this thing wouldn't fit in here, but to my surprise it did. So Uncle Mark, if you're watching this, thank you again. We got this thing locked and loaded, and we're ready to hit the road and head to Philly. And we're officially taking off. It's approximately 8 o'clock. The sun's setting, and we got about 3 hours to go, and we're loaded up back there. It's just me this trip. We got some ratchet straps and stuff back there. But my neighbor Johnny helped me out, got me a tire. Thank you, Johnny, if you're watching. I really appreciate it. Super, super helpful. I promise I'll have that back to you ASAP. And yeah, let's hit the road. We're about to exit New York State soon. Well, we're getting out of Brooklyn. That right there is a Verrazano, and then we'll be in Staten Island, so probably about halfway through the drive. It's going not great, not bad, just regular. So I'll check in a little bit. finally have hit the home stretch. Just got on the New Jersey Turnpike. And of course, the one side of the road is closed, so the cars only lane is going to be packed. And as you can see, it is. But that's no big deal. For those of you that don't know and you're not from here, the New Jersey Turnpike consistently smells like, I don't know, rotten eggs. It just smells like fucking shit. And it's because there's all these oil refineries all over the place, and it's just rough. But this is the sign that we're almost home, so we're gonna keep chugging along, play some music, and keep it going, and hopefully it won't be too bad too much longer. All I can say is I hope you keep working on yourself like the New Jersey Department of Transportation always is consistently working on the New Jersey Turnpike. So it's been a few days since the last update I gave you guys, but it is the day I'm going to pick up the new drivetrain for the 240. I am leaving work right now. We're gonna stop at my house, and then we're gonna go meet the guy. He's approximately like 15 minutes away. And then we're gonna hit the road and head back to Long Island, and hopefully this weekend we'll get that engine dropped off at the machine shop. So see you guys in a few. So we're all loaded up here, as you can see. However, I've actually already hit the road, and unfortunately there was some rain that hit. So I'm a little bit concerned about that, simply because the last engine was toast because of the rain, and I doubt that will happen with this one. However, I am cautious about it because, you know, frankly, like, I don't want any water in there. So I just picked up some shop rags, threw it in the intake ports. There's an exhaust manifold on it. I kind of just tried to seal up as much of it as I could, and, you know, fingers crossed nothing bad happens. But I don't know, not feeling great about this right now. As an added layer of protection, I forgot I had this Harbor Freight bag, so I slid it over the engine, and I'm actually going to feel pretty comfortable with this. It should stay on. I don't think it'll fly off. And here's a little sneak peek at the engine, and this is how we have it set up on the ridge line. So it's not ideal, obviously, but also not horrible. So we're gonna get back on the road right now. It's time to go. So we're currently on the Belt Parkway. Probably have another hour left of the drive, but this is the part of the trip that I was dreading the most, especially with how the engine's strapped on back there, tied down back there. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's definitely not like ideal. And I'm mostly concerned about all the little bumps and stuff that kind of can shake the engine, and I'm just mostly concerned about, you know, damaging anything. I highly doubt any of that will happen, but if you guys don't know, you actually aren't allowed to take commercial vehicles on the Belt Parkway or any parkway in the state of New York. So I don't even know if what I'm doing is legal. I mean, I'm obviously in a passenger truck, but because I'm carrying a load, like, they might, the Department of Transportation or the NYPD might actually pull me over and give me a ticket. I mean, I highly doubt it, and I'm sure I could win in court if I did get a ticket, but I'm sure they could give you a problem. And in case anyone ever has to do, you know, what I'm doing right now, obviously don't bring a trailer on this road, but if you got a bed full of stuff, the best thing you could do is just drive in the middle lane. Both the left lane and the right lane they got a bunch of like divots and dips, and if you don't have your load strapped down as great as you can, there's honestly a good possibility that something will go flying. So just a little tidbit. And it's now starting to pour, so I am extremely grateful that I had that Harbor Freight bag, and I brought it with me, because we don't want any water in that engine. The duality of New York. All right, it is now the next day, and we're about to go run the engine over to the machine shop and the engine builder, Nikki. It's about a 40-minute drive, so I'm gonna head out right now, and fingers crossed everything goes smoothly. I'll catch in with you guys once we get there. So it's been quite some time since the last clip there. I ultimately ended up dropping the engine off and kind of running from there. There wasn't really anything else to show you guys, so I felt like it wasn't worth recording. The new drivetrain is at the machine shop, and while I wish I had some more information for you guys, I don't. Frankly, I'm not sure what we're gonna do in terms of the build with that. I don't know the specifics. All I know is I'll be upgrading the pistons, rods, and camshaft, springs, heads, etc. And fingers crossed everything's gonna go as planned and the engine's in good shape. However, I don't see why it wouldn't be. I also wanted to give you guys some insight as to what happened to the last engine. Now, if you don't know what the engine is at this point, I'm going to stick to the normal S13. Frankly, I really wanted to do something like an RB20 or even a JZ. However, I already had an SR, I had a lot of SR parts, because that's what I had for the old engine. And I didn't want those parts to go to waste. I didn't want to try and sell them. I kind of just wanted to use them. And it's a pretty easy swap to do, so I figured I might as well just build the SR now, and honestly, down the line, if I want to, I could get another 240, throw a better, cooler engine in it, or honestly, I might just stick to the SR, because they were made to go in those cars. So it's not the most exciting swap out there, but I think it will be worthwhile. I think it'll be worth the money and the time and the effort. If you guys don't know what happened to the old engine, I'll let you know now. I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned what actually happened to it, but I previously had an SR20DE. I'll throw some pictures up on the screen now if I could find them. The SR20DE, I ended up trading an RB20 for, and when I traded the RB20, the SR20DE was supposed to be pretty decent. It was in pretty okay shape, and I spent some time working on it with my buddy Mike, and then eventually he ran out of space in his garage and it had to get moved into a shed, and then from the shed it went to the outdoors, and they put a tarp over it, but somehow, some way, water seeped in, or it could have even happened with the previous owner, and we just didn't know. And it just got to the point where it just wasn't worth saving, and it was probably more cost effective to go out and buy a whole new engine. So the only thing I have left from that engine is the valve cover. So I'm going to take the valve cover and get that powder coated up soon. And I bought a brand new engine, which is an SR20 DET. Now, there's numerous reasons why I chose that. A, I had a lot of the parts already, but B, the SR20 DE it's not as strong as the DET, because the block for the naturally aspirated SR is aluminum, and the DET is just significantly stronger. So it'll handle the power a lot better than what the DE can handle. Now, as I said, I'm going to be upgrading pretty much all the internals for the new engine. I just don't know what specifics I'm going to go with yet. I do have some crazy plans for the transmission. I purchased a CD009 that will be going up to the DET, and I have a pretty big turbo that'll probably be a top mount because I doubt we could fit it bottom mount. But you guys will have to see that when we get closer to it. And I've decided on running a Link ECU. Now, obviously it's going to take some time for all this to happen. I still have to find somewhere to keep the 240 and kind of do the swap once the engine's done. I'm really looking forward to getting that car up, and well, it's kind of anticlimactic with me telling this without having anything to show you. I figured it was worthwhile because this video is going to be kind of long, but you know, I've kind of been waiting to know what specifically I'm going to do to the SR, and I wanted to release this video with that, but I figured it could be a whole nother video, and honestly it's probably a little bit better if I get all the parts, show you what I bought, and then show you the built engine once it's done. I'd love to record the process, but I dropped it off at the machine shop, and they're going to assemble the motor for me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I have one more thing I wanted to show you guys. So here's a little sneak peek to some rare parts I have for the 240. As I've said in the past, I've been accumulating parts for this car for honestly close to a decade now. And I have some really cool stuff that's going to be going in there, and I'm super excited to show you because this isn't even, what I've shown you so far isn't even half of it. So there's a lot of rare stuff that's going to be going in there, and I'm really looking forward to it. So you know, whenever I get shop space, I will be throwing all this stuff in and kind of getting everything together, and we're gonna go from there. So if you guys like today's video and you're interested in seeing more about the 240, drop a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And while today's video wasn't super exciting, I got some big stuff planned for you guys. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.